All right. Hey, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rachak Wadash, and double honors unto the apostles and elders of Great Millstone, as well as the men that taught them, and peace and blessings to all Yawakim out there who pushing his word with all truth and sincerity, and as well as to all you believers out there who believe in the gospel. And it's the brother Quara Abad from the GMS Houston camp. And I want to go into another lesson that Lord willing and do be edifying. But got up this morning, looking over the news, checking out a few things that's going on in the world, and I seen this article right here, which I know me and Elder Taza Pa, we kind of briefly touched on it Thursday for the Thursday live show. And I think at the time that we touched on it this past Thursday, I think it said like maybe 50 or some UFO sightings in the first half of 2025. But I woke up today and I'm, scrolling through the news, and it says from End Time Headlines, and it shouldn't be a long lesson, but Lord willing, it says End Time Headlines put out July 12th, 2025, yesterday. It says nearly 3,000 UFO sightings reported in first half of 2025. One more time, it says nearly 3,000 UFO sightings have been reported in the first half of 2025. And now, of course, us in the know, we know the significance of this, and we know what these vehicles are and who controls them, and now this is if people of the world, when they see articles as such, they don't know what to think. They don't know if we being overtaken by another species, or aliens coming, getting closer to Earth, so on and so forth. You see? But we understand that one, these vehicles, they not just unidentified flying object. No, they are identified, and they are the chariots of Israel. And it's not angels that's controlling them. It's not aliens that's controlling them. It's angels that's controlling them, man. The angels of the Heavenly Father, Yahweh. You see? And what people don't understand, and that's gonna blow their mind once they see these things, but people always talk about the coming of the Lord, the coming of so-called, who they ignorantly call Jesus, the Lord coming, right? But nobody never put two and two together. You see, nobody never put two and two together that these vehicles are associated with the Lord's second coming. You see, these vehicles are associated with the Lord's second coming. Why? Because when Yahweh Shai, which the Lord, that's his real name, when Yahweh Shai and his angels come back to earth, and when the Lord come and save his elect from the earth, they not only go do saving, but these vehicles, these UFOs, gonna do a lot of damage in the earth, gonna do a lot of destruction. But people never took the time to put two and two together, man. But that's why the Holy Spirit is needed. Now again, said all that to go back to this. Nearly 3,000 UFO sightings have been reported in the first half of 2025. The question is, why? Why? You see? And they saying how it significantly increased over past years. But why now? And another point I want to make is that you see what's going on. All these prophecies are happening. Everything we're looking for is happening. And what I mean is that 2024 ended off fire. That was a fire year. I ain't talking about fun. I'm talking about a lot happened. But 2025 started off with a bang. These new laws and a digital system and all that. But even behind the scenes, the prophecy of the chariots was happening as well. Nearly 3,000 sightings just in the first half. That's a lot. Let's read this article a little bit. But why though? Because the Lord is coming. His presence is coming closer to the earth. And it's reminding me of too. I remember Elder Yashawama made this point a while back. But going back to the Tower of Babel, for an example. And when the Lord, right before the Lord was about to destroy the Tower of Babel, what he did, he sent angels down to check it first. You see, to check what was going on. Although the Lord knew. What's another example? Sodom and Gomorrah. Before the Lord destroyed Sodom and Gomorrah with fire, what did he do? He sent angels down to give him the report to check it. So what you think happening now? That's why so many UFO sightings, because the Lord is checking the earth, man. Granted, yes, he know, but he's sending his angels down before destruction. That's what we seeing. Let's read. It says reports of unidentified flying objects have surged in recent months, drawing attention from experts and the public alike. According to data compiled by the National UFO Reporting Center, nearly 3,000 sightings were documented, and that's what people seen. That's not even what people didn't see. In the first half of 2025, this figure marks a significant increase compared to previous years, highlighting a growing interest in aerial phenomenon. Right? And it says been tracking since 1974. They don't know what it is, so on and so forth. And it says we've seen a steady increase in reports over the past few years. Right, because the Lord coming close. The coming of the Lord is here, man. You know, the major events that need to happen before Yahweh Shai come back, they are in a process of taking place. Like we in it right now. The MOTB system, World War III, and everything else is set. Now we understand the cherry's been out as well, which we know it, but it's in mainstream media. They reporting on it. You know why? Because now Esau can't hide it. Let's get some precepts real quick. Let's get this first in Zechariah 5. This Zechariah chapter 5. I'm gonna get straight to the point. This Zechariah 5, and I'm gonna start at 1. It says, Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. What's this flying roll? A chariot. And that's the thing about it. People are often equate a UFO with a disc. You know, they look like a little CD. You see, just spinning in the air. No, people don't know our power, how he far out. Man, chariots, for one, they can change their shape. They can come in many different size, shapes, forms. But the one Zechariah seeing right here, it looked like a cigar. Let me see. Because it said a flying roll. You know, the ancient scrolls, how you pull apart and read. Let's type in cigar-shaped UFO. Just the kind he's seen. You know? Now, again, it's just, depictions of it. Right? A flying roll. Let's go back to it. Zechariah 5:1, it says, Then I turned and lifted up my eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll. And he said unto me, What seest thou? And I answered, I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits. So this is a smaller chariot. But this is the point I want to get. Then he said unto me, This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. See, these UFOs is a curse to this earth, man. They will be a curse to this earth. They come and bring a lot of death and destruction to this earth. And people ain't ready for that. And it's going to blow their mind. You know what's going to blow their mind? It's going to blow their mind when it ain't little green aliens up in there. It's going to, man, people going to lose it when they find out it's pissed off so-called black men in there. And then, Yahweh Shai going to be standing on his. You see? But this is a curse that goeth over the face of the earth. The Lord not playing. When the Lord send his angels down, it's for business, man. Again, going back to the point in the Tower of Babel. Before the Tower of Babel was taken out and the people was separated, what did the Lord do? He sent the angels down first. The same thing in Sodom and Gomorrah. Before the Lord sent fire down and destroyed that place and the other surrounding cities, what did he do first? He sent the angels down. Right before that. That's why we seeing all these sightings, because the angels are about to come down or coming down right before destruction, man, to confirm how the Lord feeling. Right? They're going to get a lot of report like, yeah, they is cutting off they prophets, and yeah, you do got, little children out there. And, yeah, they getting a report. Again, the Lord know, but it's just confirming his thought of destroying this place, man. You see? It says, Zechariah 5:3, Then said he unto me, This is the curse that goeth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stilleth shall be cut off on this side, according to it, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off on that side according to it. And I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts. Check this out. And it shall enter into the house of the thief. Who's the thief? Esau. Where is his house? America. America. You see? This is the main hub of Esau's rulership of America, man. The Lord, he's about to send his angels down to enter into the house of the thief and destroy this place. And think about it. Why so many sightings in America and not anywhere else like that? Yeah, I'm sure you got sightings across the world in different places. Russia may have a couple, in North Korea, right? You know, China, they get some. But why are they always around and in the airways of America though? Because this the place. This the place. Let's see. Let's type in a map of worldwide UFO sightings. Let's see if they got a graph to show us. Look at this shit. Look at this. What Kevin Hart said. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. this from 1906 to 2014. So how much more now? Look at the sightings in the world and look how America is lit up. And look how America is lit up. This the house of the thief, man. This the house of the thief. Yeah, that's cool. Oh man, look at that. Come on. You can't deny it. Let's go back to it. This is what the Lord will send that great destruction. It says, and I will bring it forth, Zechariah 5:4, and I will bring it forth, saith the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief, and into the house of him that swear falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. He gonna destroy America, right? But we see the beginnings of that. Before chariots enter, it's sightings of it. You see? It's sightings. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick, because it was said that's how Yahweh Shah was gonna come back. And that's gonna blow people's mind. This Acts chapter 1, straight to the point. This when he left for the last time. And as his disciples was looking at him go up into a cloud, which the cloud is the chariots. Again, they can shapeshift, they can, transform themselves into in the clouds, whatever it is. But let's get what the angels told the disciples on how Yahweh Shai was going to come back. This Acts chapter 1 and 9. Acts chapter 1 and 9, it says, and when he, who is the he, Yahweh Shai, and when he has spoken these things, while they beheld, who is the they, the disciples, while they beheld, he was taken up, right? He ascended, he was taken up, and a cloud received him out of their sight. The Lord was beamed up. The Lord was beamed up, like it's saying Psalms, what it is, 104 and 3 or 103 and 4, that the Lord, he maketh the clouds as his chariots. So Yahweh Shah was beamed up into a UFO when he left the earth for the last time. But that's not it. Verse 10, and while they looked steadfastly toward heaven, as he went up, behold, two men stood by them in white apparel, which also said, ye men of Galilee, and these two men are angels, ye men of Galilee, why stand ye gazing up into heaven? Check this out. This same Yahweh Shai, which is taken up from you into heaven, shall so come in like manner as ye have seen him go into heaven. Come on, man. Just as you seen him get beamed up into a UFO, guess what? When he come back, he go come back on that UFO. Let's prove it. This Acts chapter 1. Everybody go see him. And look, if he inside of it, how everybody go see him. If he in a cockpit, pressing buttons and steering and steering the wheel. Which I'm being funny, but no, the Lord, everybody go see Yahweh Shai. Everybody go see Yahweh Shai, man. He will be on top of his chariot. Matter of fact, let me get this first to prove it. That he will be standing on top of it. And there's many scriptures to prove it. Some say he was going to sit on top of a horse. So it may have a throne on top of Yahweh Shai chariot. He might be sitting on a big throne, gold throne, and then he might stand up in anger and let out some rage. Who knows why he's shooting people with fire? Who knows? The point is he gonna be on it though. People go see Yahweh Shai. He gonna be ghost riding a UFO. You know how niggas ghost ride. Yahweh Shai gonna be on a UFO, man. No seatbelt, just standing there, full of power. Isaiah 19 and 1. It says, the burden of Egypt, which is Egypt right here is America, the house of the thief. The burden of Egypt. It says, behold, here it is, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud, a fast chariot. Behold, the Lord rideth upon, keyword, upon a swift cloud, and shall come into Egypt, in America, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it, man. People gonna fear when they look up and they see an angelic, pissed off, So-called black men. You know what's gonna blow their mind? The only plausible explanation that this could be is this gotta be the one they call Jesus, but he don't look like that. And that's gonna blow their mind like, damn, this was him the whole time. A man, a dark-skinned man with an afro, he mad and a beard. And he's shooting fire at us. And that day they're gonna know the Lord wasn't no, nothing to play with, man, like they play with Jesus. But I just wanted to get that to show you how Shai gonna be on a chariot. Let's get Revelation 1 real quick. And this how people go respond to seeing that. They're gonna know what time it is. This Revelation chapter 1. I'm gonna read this in the Amplified Bible version. Revelation 1 and 7 in the Amplified version. It says, behold, he is coming with the clouds, with the chariots. Yahweh Shai will be standing on his, and the other angels will be in theirs right behind him. It says, Revelation 1 and 7 in the Amplified, behold, he is coming with the clouds, and every eye will see him. If he inside of it, how they gonna see him? Even those who pierced him, check this out, this is how they go respond to it. And all the tribes, nations of the earth will mourn over him. This is why, realizing their sin and guilt and anticipating the coming wrath. They gonna know what time it is. When they see these UFOs, so-called UFOs, the chariots of Israel, the people gonna know what time it is in the earth. This is gonna be that war of heaven. When Yahweh Shai show up, him and the angels, this is gonna be that war of heaven, as it said in Revelation 12. When the militaries of the earth, mainly America, NATO, you see, the militaries of the earth, once the chariots come, they go try to fight the chariots, man, and they're gonna lose badly. Let's get this real quick. Revelation 12, and I'm going to wind it down here in a few. Revelation 12 and 7, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. Who's the dragon? The so-called white man power structure, which is made up of America, NATO, and the EU. This says in the dragon fought and his angels, the fighter jets, military planes, and it says, and prevail not, but they not going to win. This is going to be easy work for Yahweh Shai and the angels, man. It says, neither was there a place found anymore, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil, which is the so-called white man, and Satan, which deceived the whole earth. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels cast out with him. Meaning what? The so-called white man, these heathens go get their power taken from them, and they never gonna rule again. It's gonna be our time to rule. That's why verse 10 say this, and I heard a loud voice saying in heaven, now, see, after Esau get destroyed and these heathens, now is come salvation and strength and the kingdom of our God and the power of his Mashiach. For the accuser of our brethren is cast down, which accused them before our God day and night. That's what the angels coming to do, to put down all rule in the earth. You see? So when these so-called UFOs pull up, they not gonna be here to play with people, man. And it give an even more detailed description of the war in heaven in 2nd Esdras 13. And matter of fact, it even says 2nd Esdras 13 how Yahweh Shai stood upon a mountain and he easily destroyed the armies of the earth. You know, I'm tempted to get it, but I ain't gonna get it. You know, but yeah, Yahweh Shai gonna be on top of it, man, with his army following him. He gonna win World War III over there in the east, and then he gonna make his way to America and do away with this place. And once he beam up the elect in America, the chariots, the angels in their chariots, Yahweh Shai and the elect will be over America in the heavens over America, looking down at this place burn, man. Yahweh Shai will come back, win World War III, as he said, as lightning shine from the east unto the west, so shall the coming of the Son of Man be. He gonna make his appearance in the east during World War III, right? Win that real quick, and then fly over here to him, cross the skies and over here to America, and watch this place burn, man. That's what it is. You see, that's what it is. That's why the scripture says, as birds flying, the Lord gonna come down and defend Jerusalem. What type of birds? What type of vehicles you have to use to be for a depiction of you to say as birds flying? To show it's an aerial, it's gonna be an aerial salvation for us, but it's also gonna be an aerial attack for the people of the world. Let's get one more though, and I end it with this. This is Wisdom of Solomon chapter 5. Wisdom of Solomon 5 and 1, it says, then shall the righteous man stand in great boldness before the face of such as have afflicted him, and made no account of his labors. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear. So as they sin us prophesy, this is what it's going to lead to. And they shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Why would they be amazed? Because nobody ever considered that, one, the so-called UFOs are linked to the Heavenly Father, angels, and our Lord's second coming. And another thing that's going to blow people's mind, they never expected that the highest power this world going to see, angelic power, they go come here to save niggas, Mexicans, and Hispanics. As those who repented, of course, but nobody would ever thought that UFOs was for the protection of niggas, Hispanics, and Native Americans. That's gonna be mind blowing to these people, man. But the elect, of course, who serve on the Lord of those people. So it says, when they see it, they shall be troubled. Wisdom of Solomon 5:2. When they see it, they shall be troubled with terrible fear, and shall be amazed at the strangeness of his salvation, so far beyond all that they look for. Not just beyond, but so far. Nobody now is thinking that UFOs will come and save niggas, Hispanics, and Native Americans from captivity and then give them the world. Even me, I laughed at it right just now because it sounds strange, but it's the truth. It says, and they repenting and groaning for anguish of spirit shall say within themselves, this was he whom we had sometime in derision and a proverb of reproach. We fools accounted his life madness and his end to be without honor. How was he numbered among the children of God and his lot among the saints? Right? So that's when the people gonna realize, man, they was telling the truth the whole time. They wasn't crazy men. You see? But I'm gonna end it right there. I just wanted to touch on that. I seen an article earlier. Nearly 3,000 UFO sightings reported only in the first half of 2025. So the point is, it's going to increase. It's going to increase, but why are they happening? The Lord sending his angels down before he destroyed this place. Man, I'm going to end it right there, Lord. Willing, this lesson was edifying. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh. Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Chak Wadash, and with that, shalom.